Welcome to the YINZER Brothers podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are once again your YINZER Bros. We're here today to talk about the Steelers' loss to the Chargers. It was a heck of a game, 41-37. Tim, I'm not sure how we would describe this game. I mean, we were missing a lot of pieces. Thought it'd be a blowout. The Steelers came charging back, made it a heck of a game. Let's break down the game a little bit. Tim, what are some of your initial thoughts about the Steelers-Chargers game from last Sunday night?
TJ. I got 4 better plays than Devin Bush. I have 4 better plays than Devin Bush.
Did you see Arthur Moats, man, ripped him a new one this week?
Did TJ, the coach ripped him a new one. What's his name?
He did.
He even ripped him a new one. He said basically he doesn't know the plays. He doesn't know he needs to know the coverages in front of him and behind him. He doesn't know that. He needs to run the ball. Your top 10, the guy you traded up for, linebacker, you're saying that about that in his 4th year? 3rd year? I don't know what year he's at. I don't know. He stinks.
Yeah. But at least hopefully he wakes up, because we're not talking about physical ability. We're talking about effort.
TJ wakes up. I mean, what is he doing? Is he just hibernating? TJ, I was when I'm screaming at the top of my lungs for 41 to come into game, Patrick Spillane. I mean,
it's bad news.
There were so many things that game. There was even on the outside. There was guys like number 50. I thought it was Shazier. I got a little excited. I'm like, Shazier? Did he start playing again? And I just see that guy get swallowed. Did their backup stink? Yeah. Taco stinks. They can't tackle. I mean, seriously, I'm old. I'm washed up. My body stinks. They weren't even touching guys.
No, they weren't. It was ridiculous. Well, let's break down the game. Let's start with the offense, and then we'll flap to the defense. What did you think of the Steelers?
Look at that picture behind me. It's when 97's making a tackle 60 yards down the field, and you got 2 D-backs face down, look like they just. They look, TJ, them guys on the ground right there, they look like me around 8:30 last night after
all the turkey,
everything.
Dessert. Well, I mean, so let's just say Cam Hayward is a beast. He had a great defensive performance.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we're missing Mika, Hayden.
I agree.
Watt. We're missing a lot of guys. Thank God we had Edmonds. Thank God we still had him running around back there.
That dude sucks.
He is bad.
He was the main communicator back there in the defensive backfield. Think about that. That was the guy setting the back end of that defense.
Remember, Tomlin said we drafted him because of his football IQ. Remember?
No, Tomlin thought he was drafting the other Evans brother.
So the defense was bad. Let's talk about the offense. What did you think about I mean, did you ever think in a million years we'd put up 37 points?
TJ, 2 of those touchdowns were on a combined 15-yard playing field.
That's true. Hey, take it however you can.
37 points is, I mean, they got the block punt that they got on the 2-yard line, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the same driver, Matt Canada? I can't remember which one that he tried to chuck it 4 times in the air before he got like a penalty, and they actually like gave the ball to your 240-pound running back. That's it. An inch.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
TJ, if I have to see that end around one more time to Chase Claypool with a loss of 5 yards, I'm gonna.
I think now we've run it enough to where we could just fake it and just give it to Najee up the middle. We're not in college anymore.
That was the worst play callings. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. It was brutal. I mean,
do you think that Canada may not be a pro-level offense coordinator?
TJ, what have I said from day one about Matt Canada? I think he's an absolute ding-a-ling. That's what I think. I wasn't happy when they had him. He stinks. He stinks. He had one good year at Pitt, and everybody's like, he's great. No, he stinks.
Yeah. Well, the offense, they put up some points. I don't know. I mean, at least there's a heartbeat there. I mean, the Chargers they're not great, but they're not slouches.
That team stinks too.
They made Herbert look like a all-pro, didn't they?
I mean, dude like had 1,000,000 yards rushing. You
did.
can't stop that guy. You can't stop Sunshine.
I
He's
know, it's
good, but he
bad.
ain't that good, TJ.
No.
They made him look like the next coming of Jesus Christ, dude. He was just running like he.
So what are some of your takeaways from the game? Give me some takeaways from the game.
Ben looked actually half decent. I mean, he looked good. He was it's just sad to waste a vintage throwback game. Maybe he should get COVID every week and just do something. Najee, I feel bad. He was like, dude, 53 stinks too, TJ. That's center. Oh,
he's a guard.
my.
I think he's a guard. I just think his arms aren't long enough to be a center. He
Oh,
gets blown back too much.
He's getting skate. He's on roller skates.
He is. So these are Ben's stats. They're pretty good. He's 28 for 44, 273, 3 TDs, a passer rating of almost 104. That's not a bad day at the office.
No, I mean, but you had to chuck the ball at some point because they were down by 100. You know, that for the Chargers that let the Steelers back in that game was just mind numbing. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was going, "This is to do." I was like, "This team."
How did you feel when they took the lead? How did you feel?
I was in disbelief. Like that was the first time I was ready to just be like, I'm going to go to bed early tonight and just forget about this. And then my wife said something, or she moved somewhere, did something, and they started winning. And I was like, you can't stay there. Don't breathe, don't move. And then, next thing I know, I'm shirtless. I'm walking around. I'm praying to God my daughter doesn't wake up so she doesn't come down, peek her head around, see, Sasquatch walking around downstairs.
Daddy is pretty hairy. You're pretty hairy.
Oh,
it would look good. Then we gave up that long pass. I thought
then I had the mush come. Dude, he stinks too. Every time the Steelers go, dude, like I think when the Steelers got up or something of the sort, and things are falling apart, he was just sending me a zillion texts about the Bear game. I was like, dude, I don't care about the Bear. The Bear, stop it with the Bear. Oh, just
I think at that point you just block him during the game.
I can't. It's tough because even if I don't look at the thing, it's the mush sends it, and it cripples me, cripples everything Steelers do.
No, it was a loss, but I mean, at least we we didn't like rollover. It wasn't a blowout, which was good.
I look at it this way, TJ. If that offense shows up every week with the players we have out, again, what I said early in the year, I think we'll struggle early, but I think we're going to be very dangerous as the year goes on at the end if they stay healthy. I think they'll be all right. I think they're going to be all right.
Yeah,
who knows?
You're right. If they stay healthy,
we'll see. The bench comes out, this week looking like ratty old hangman. Everything could change.
Let's hope he looks better. Let's get ready to take a look at the Steelers and the Bengals. Before we do that, let's take a peek into the YINZER mailbag. What is the YINZER mailbag? So when you, the fan, get to ask us anything you want, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. If you're lucky enough, we will read your question on the air. Tim, what do you got in the YINZER mailbag tonight?
Gee, we've been doing this for what, a year and a half?
Yeah. Our second year.
This is the first email I've ever. He's supposed to be Producer T, and I get an email from Producer T in the YINZER mailbag with some questions.
Let's hear.
I thought he made a mistake. I was like, did you make a mistake sending to these questions to us?
That's good when our producer finally shows up a little bit.
Maybe it was the first show he listened to. Maybe he didn't know we were in there.
Maybe, I don't know.
And the first one is just an ultimate shot right across the bow to the big fella over here.
Yeah.
How many smiley face cookies could you eat in one sitting? That's none of your business, Producer T.
I'm going to say this. In one sitting, I'm going to say, it depends. If you're watching a game and you're nervous, if you're nervous eating, I consider is a game one sitting. Would you consider a game one sitting?
Oh, you're talking 3.5 hour game.
Yeah. What do you think?
They better back up the Eaton Park truck to the house.
I'm going to say if it's during the game, if it's during the game, I think you could probably take out, again, if you alternate sweet, salty, sweet, salty, sweet, salty, I bet you could take out 8.
Myself, me? We talking to me?
Yeah.
What about you? I'll let you answer
I
the question first.
I think I could probably do, if it's a whole game, I could
Well,
probably
you
do
go
about,
into a diabetic shock within
yeah, I
3
could do
cookies.
maybe 3 if I had enough insulin. That's it. But I'm saying 8 on the high side, maybe 6.
I mean, dude, if I'm doing 8 cookies, TJ, are we talking a noon game or talking like a night game? Or I'm going to sleep it off.
I don't know. Let's say you didn't have breakfast or lunch. It's a noon game. You got a bag of chips and a dozen cookies. How many of those cookies are going away? And it's a tight game.
It's a typical Steeler game. It's a
typical Steeler game.
See, it depends. Because to me, it's like if they start doing good and I'm eating the cookie, that's going to force me to eat more cookies, even though I don't want cookies. So, I mean, theoretically, if they kept doing...
Tim, did you say that even if you don't want cookies?
I'm just saying, if they were doing good, if they were doing really good, every time I ate a cookie, I would eat one. I'd probably go through the whole box without a shadow of a doubt, and I'd force feed them. But I'd pay for it later. I'll tell you right now, I'd pay for it later.
You would.
I mean, realistically, I think. Oh man, I've sat down. I've just had 3, just messing around on a Tuesday afternoon.
So a half a dozen isn't out of the realm of possibility.
During a game, yeah, I could, yeah. You throw a little bit of milk with those.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we got dangerous times for Timoteo. Dangerous.
True. That's a good question.
I'm guessing on a high side. We'll go. If there's a dozen in front of me, I'm gonna say 6 just to be on the safe side. But I think it'd be an interesting bet in Vegas.
That's right. It would be.
Next question. Do I think Cam Hayward is a Hall of Famer?
A lot of talk about that. I mean, it's hard to, is he right on does he not make the cut? I mean, where do you think he lands on that list?
I don't know. I'd have to see like a list of him compared to other D linemen. Like, he's close. I think he's close looking at his stats.
Boy, he seems like he's kicked it up another notch this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, man. He's like Benjamin Buttons, man. He's getting better as he gets older. I was so scared when they gave him that ginormous deal, and he's just a monster. I'm trying to think. Like, people that pop into my head are like Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
I think if he strings another year like this together, because it'll be. Last year he had a great year too. Truthfully, he did. I think if he strings another year for sure, I think he's on the fence right now.
Cool. He does seem like he's getting stronger and better. Yeah, that's a good call. I think I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Why haven't we seen McFarland yet? Because he stinks. That's why he stinks. He sucks.
Is he as bad as? I mean, he can't be any worse than Snell. I mean, is he as bad as
They
Snell?
all suck. You interchange those parts; they're all interchangeable, sucky parts.
Maybe we could take all 3 of them, and from those 3 lesser backs, make one that's a half decent back.
No. When you say you got an air cleaner or something like that, and you got to get a filter, and say it's a nice air, like a Dyson. Like I said, this happened to me. You get the Dyson filter goes out, and then you actually look at the Dyson site for the first time. You're like, holy crap, the filter's there $70. And you go on Amazon, they're like $22. You get that $22 one, and it lasts like a week and a half. That's what those backs are like. They're like the week and a half. They're like the crappy.
They're like the generic version of a running back.
I was hoping they'd put a claim on Lindsey, but I guess the Dolphins got him, which their backs stink. Truthfully, you know what? It wouldn't stun me that McFarland's hurt again. Don't know how.
Yeah,
but he's hurt again.
He's not very good. A strong wind blows him over. I mean, he's just.
You wasted a 4th round draft pick on him. It's a Tomlin, Mike Tomlin, Maryland, Dino Tomlin, a friend special right there. You know who was his offensive coordinator there at Maryland?
Who was?
Give you 2 guesses. First name begins with Matt. Last name begins with Canada.
They had some inside info. They had an inside track on.
And right, just for that, he should be fired. If he had any input to get McFarland, he should be immediately fired.
Yeah, he's not the guy.
He stinks. I mean, TJ, when Najee caught that forearm shiver to the face, I was like, no.
Did that guy did he get fined or anything?
No. That's
ridiculous.
That guy I was watching him all game. even before that, that guy had perfect qualities to him. He was cheap shot and here and there. This isn't before the Najee thing. Well, this guy just kind of, is it perfect? Did perfect crawl into a Charger uniform and just start that form?
Whatever happened to Perfect? Where's he at now? Is he in prison?
State prison.
Yeah. Is he in prison?
Eating bologna sandwiches in state prison. But then, can you imagine if I would have caught that forearm shiver to the face? My head would have popped off. My head would have actually rolled off my body, and I would have.
Like, Najee got
up trying to fight the doctor.
He was. You ever break a Pez dispenser? That'd have been your head. Now the head pops off every once in a while on a Pez dispenser.
I mean, TJ, you would have. My head would have been. It would have rolled. It would have rolled like a bowling ball out of the stadium.
It would have.
Could you imagine it? Like my face is like this in my helmet as it just rolls.
It would have been worse too, is if it would have blown your face mask off. Then you would look like stupid face.
And been the ultimate kick in the butt. Like if that would have happened, and I would have rolled at Mason's feet, and he would have punted my head out of the stadium. These guys, they would have took my head and they'd been playing like how the hockey guys like warm up and they play like the soccer thingy with their feet. That's would have been like I'd have been the Steelers' permanent like warm up thing on the field. My head.
Tim.
I mean. All right. Next question. When the offense is successful, is Ben calling the plays, or is it Matt Canada's system? Matt Canada's he's a doofus.
That's a good question. I mean, because you know that Ben's got some autonomy. I mean, we know this. I mean, hey, let's just be real. When Mason was at the helm, I mean, we know Mason wasn't calling any plays, and that offense looked terrible. Now to defend Matt Canada, Mason Rudolph looked bad. He was throwing those balloon balls. He looked bad.
His head is just so. I think that's why I hate him so much. His face is so big. His head looks like a.
He looks like a bobblehead, like a human bobblehead.
He looks like a South Park character. Like his head is just that big, and that dimple in his chin. I just want to punch him in his face.
He does have a very punchable face.
Matt Canada, TJ, he stinks. When they started moving the ball when they went to the no huddle. And you can't tell me Ben.
That's Ben.
You can't tell me Ben wasn't calling plays, but I know how that gets it too because he starts going them run pass options. You might as well just call it a pass option because you're not going to run the ball.
That's true.
Now I will say I think it was Canada's calls, those 4 throw them whatever the hell they did, the reverse. Because I remember like after that reverse, Ben looked to the sideline. I was just like, not me.
Ben is good at hedging his bets, isn't he?
Oh, Ben's the ultimate. If they're doing well, Ben's like I was. I had my finger out there. I was writing up stuff in the dirt. I was telling you to go on fly. If they get killed, he's like, got to talk to coach. But to me, here's my big thing though, dude. Like, is there a point of time where Mike T, like, if you see that on the 2-yard line, you're like, no, dude, let's run the ball.
Yeah.
If I'm Coach T, I'm kind of like, dude, I know he's not an offensive guru, but let's run the ball. Bring in Banner. He dressed for and of course, you do realize they brought in Banner that next play when they ran up the middle and Najee kind of scored. I just don't understand it. Don't get it.
Did you know this? Did you know that actually Tomlin came in as an offensive guy and he switched to defense?
Yeah, he was a receiver back in his Virginia days, or not Virginia. He was at a smaller school in Virginia somewhere.
You're talking about Mary? What is it? What's it called? Something to William and Mary?
William and Mary in Virginia.
Yeah.
But still, you're the head coach. Some point in time, I'd be like,
agree.
dude,
I agree.
I'd be like, this call stinks. What are you doing? This stinks.
Yeah, I agree.
Matt Canada, he's getting. Oh man. Any chance of seeing Banner with all the injuries on the offensive line? I don't know what. No, I don't know. That guard they put in, as soon as they put somebody good over him, Boza put over, that was bad news. No, they're going to run the same crap out there, and it's going to be the same. It's going to no.
They got a lot of injuries to the offensive line. What are they going to do?
I don't think it's going to be the injuries to the offensive line that's going to bring Banner in the game. I think the injuries to paddle hands, you may see more Banner if they're going to actually run the ball. But this ain't the week for them to be running the ball. The Bengals got a good run defense. They just do.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but every week that I think the Chargers were dead last, giving up 155 yards of rush, and they come out just throwing it 9,000 times with a quarterback that took the red eye to get there just to play the game.
I think they had to because I think the defense was so bad. They were playing catch up.
Yeah, but wouldn't you start running the ball just to keep Herbert? I mean, you knew that was going to happen. Keep maybe off the field a little bit.
No, I'm with you. I think they just fell behind. They didn't have a choice.
TJ, that defense replace was getting up 155 yards a game.
Oh, I know.
Again, if you give me the ball 30 times, I think I'm getting 4 yards on that defense.
Maybe. You might be. Anything else in the Yinzer mailbag?
Yeah, we got a couple more questions here. Let me see. How long does Canada have in Pittsburgh? Sad part is he's going to be here at least another year.
Yeah, they'll keep him a year after Ben. I think
the hell is
2 years.
What is Butler doing here? What is he doing here?
Who?
Butler? What the
know.
hell does he do?
No,
you can't tell me he's calling defenses.
No, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's just hanging on. He's enjoying the paycheck. He's doing whatever he can.
Those coordinators are Mike T's 5 years extensions every year because all he says the coordinators do really suck. They're fired. It's their fault. Even though you can't Butler. I'm guessing maybe he calls 10% of the plays. Maybe.
Well, what do you think of Belichick's coordinators? All his coordinators, they'd leave and they'd go to get these NFL head jobs, and they suck. Name one coordinator he's had that's been worth anything.
TJ, name one coordinator that the Pittsburgh Steelers would be a head coach under Tomlin or Cowher.
Well,
but Cowher had a couple. Cowher had a couple. Tomlin has had 0.
No, that's not true.
Who?
Well, who won the last Super Bowl?
Oh, that was he was. Oh,
Bruce. But he was.
BA was under Cowher.
He was also under Tomlin. He was under Tomlin too.
I know, but Tomlin fired him. What are you talking about?
No, he didn't fire him. He retired. He retired. Remember? Then he went to Arizona. He retired.
Get out of here. No, Canada. I don't know, dude. Because what's going to happen is they're going to need to. Tomlin keeps playing this every press conference talking quarterback mobility crap.
Our quarterback has no mobility.
I think that's what they're waiting for. They're going to give him a chance to Canada the quarterback mobility.
That gives you an idea of maybe who they're going to kind of target once Ben's gone.
Who? I.e. Marcus Mariota. TJ, if I got to watch Marcus Mariota be my quarterback for 1 year, I'm gonna
Can be bad. Maybe it's a Russell Wilson. Who knows?
There's not a. Do you think Showtime Russ and Sierra are going to be moving to Pittsburgh? Stop it.
Are you kidding me? According to Dad, Pittsburgh's like the hub of celestial existence.
Did you see the clip? Did you see that thing I sent you about the guy that died during the Detroit game?
That was great.
You know where he was originally from?
Where?
Swissvale. I go. Oh, must be something in the water.
Must be. Good old Swissvale.
I got nothing. You know what? One more question. This is not the Yinzer mailbag. This is just out of me, just because of the festivities. Hey, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
My favorite Thanksgiving side. I'm going to say again for our non-Greek friends. I'm fond of stuffed grape leaves. We had those, but
that's not a side.
I get it, but when do we not have that for the holidays?
We have it every holidays.
We do. So I'm going to say my favorite side. And it's a little different. I'm a sweet potato guy.
They are delicious. Depends how you make them.
I'm a sweet. So like my daughter-in-law McKenna, who doesn't listen to this podcast, McKenna, if you're listening, Uncle Tim will give you $25. That's safe money, Tim. You'll never have to pay that up. She makes a sweet potato souffle that's, dare I say, delicious. She also caught fire. She caught fire to the oven too with her sweet potato souffle, but we put that out and we still ate it. It was still good.
Really? Yeah. It depends how you make. It depends how you make the sweet potato. If you're just like junking them up with the brown sugars and mushroom, not the mushrooms, but the marshmallows. Yeah, I get you. Those are good. They're delicious.
Hers is excellent. She makes good stuff. What's yours?
I am a huge fanatic of, I always have been, of the Roe Harris sausage stuffing.
The Greek stuffing, yeah.
Not the Greek stuffing. No, I love my Greek heritage. That stuff sucks. It sucks.
Are you talking about the chestnut stuff or what? What kind do you like?
Any Greek stuffing stinks. It stinks, TJ. Let's be real.
So
I'm
what's in
talking
the
about,
what's in the sausage stuffing?
I don't know. Mom used to make it all the time because I would eat the Greek stuffing.
That's the sausage and
It's the bread.
rice?
It's the bread. It's no rice. No. It's like bread. She puts Italian sausage in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially a crap made out of a box, and you put some bread in it, and you put some sausage in it. And that's what
good
it is.
stuff. It is good stuff. I don't like it when they try to sneak the giblets in there. Remember when they tried to sneak the giblets in there?
And that's the Greek stuffing.
No, that's the white people stuffing too. They put it in there too.
What white people do you put the giblets in there? What are you talking about?
I don't. They put giblets in.
Did we grow up in the same house?
We did. We had the Greek.
I wasn't eating that Greek stuffing. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I wasn't.
I wasn't a big stuffing fan because I never knew when they were going to slide those giblets in there. I'd rather not roll the dice.
What are giblets? I don't even know what they are.
They're like the gizzards and stuff. They have the turkey. They put that in there and it tastes like liver.
Who did that?
Mom would do that. Mom and Dad would do that.
Was this before me? I don't ever remember this happening.
Tim, it just reinforces the fact I don't think you have taste. So I think you just ate it. I couldn't do it. The giblets, I couldn't do it.
Could be true.
And I remember Dad would keep the neck, and he tried to make turkey soup with the neck. Do you remember those days, or is that before you?
TJ, if I ever saw Dad make turkey soup with the neck, I would have took that neck and just chucked it at him.
Probably. Oh, the good days, the good old days.
Banana lands, giblets.
I remember Thanksgiving with giblets and salmon balls.
I remember salmon balls because I used to think that was like actual like meat, and I was like, no, these are salmon balls. I was like, these taste like salmon, and I don't like them.
They were bad. They were bad.
Yes.
Is that it for the Yinzer mailbag?
That's all we got for the Yinzer mailbag today.
All right. Well, again, if you got any questions or anything you'd like to ask the Yinzer Bros, just send it to yinzerbros@gmail.com, and we will get to your question as soon as we can. Let's talk about this. Yes?
By the way, don't ever use the Charbroil turkey oilless air fryer.
Oh, how did that come, Tim? You deep fried it without oil. How did that work for you?
It's tough when it's 40-mile-an-hour winds and it's 27 degrees in Chicago. And there's multiple things. I had 2 probes in there in the biggest meat parts. Maybe I had the probes too close to the bone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's an ordeal. Even to prep the turkey, I did the whole injecting thing.
Yeah.
I made this delicious injecting of butter, some rosemary. And I'm thinking this is going to be, it tasted, I took a little dip my finger, exquisite little garlic. This is going to be beautiful. Take out my injector. I don't want to go over this. I don't want to go through the skin because I want to get in the meat. Going to let it sit for 24 hours. I go under the skin, first pry, nothing. The rosemary pieces kept getting stuck in the injector. So I had to drain. TJ, this was a half-hour ordeal. I was miserable. I stuck myself with the actual injector in my finger, was bleeding everywhere. So I finally got it injected, and then I go out and I'm excited to get this turkey on. I'm just like, it's supposed to big air fryer. It's supposed to take 10 pounds or 10 minutes a pound.
Mm-hmm.
I got a nice smaller turkey for that air fryer, and we did one in the normal because I didn't know what was going to happen in the oven. I go out there and I'm thinking, I got the probes in there, and I'm like, everything's great, everything's dandy. And the probes, the ambient part, which it tells it's not in the meat, but it's outside the meat to kind of give you a thing. I'm going, man, this ambient thing's not. It wasn't it was getting up to it's only getting up to 300. I'm like, this is in a regular oven. I was like, what the hell's going on? I was like, this is going to take 3 hours to cook a 9-pound bird. And between that and every single time there was a gust of wind at the bottom, the flame just went out. It wasn't a good experience.
So how did the turkey taste, Tim?
I brought it in. My probe said it was done. I go to cut it. Different story, TJ. Different story.
Oh, bad news.
So I had to put it in the oven for another half hour. Once it did that, it wasn't bad. would I ever do this again? If the weather, you almost got to build a shed just to put the stinking.
Should have done your garage, Tim. Should have done it in your garage.
It's a little dicey because you're messing with propane, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to cook. If it was going to smoke, it doesn't smoke at all. Like if it was going to smoke, I was like, I don't know what was going to happen. But next time, TJ, I was out there during periods of time putting bricks around the fryer to hopefully try to block wind. And guess what? That didn't work. And then I'd go out there in 5 minutes. And every time a gust of wind, I would stand in front of it hoping that worked. And it did. And I almost got like 2nd-degree frostburn. So I just wasn't.
Yeah, that doesn't sound. Now, I smoked my turkey. And I'm just going to tell you, I mean, I brined it. I injected it. I put butter under the skin. It was great. I basted in butter. Smoked it for about 250 for about 4 hours, then turned it up to 350 for the final 3. And in the words of my eldest son, Tyler, he said that it's the greatest turkey he ever ate. The greatest.
Good for you. Good for you. No, the one
it wasn't one of the best. He said the greatest.
The one my father-in-law cooked in the oven, delicious.
Oh, yeah, your father-in-law's a good cook.
I had the one today. I had a little turkey sandwich tonight with the one that I made. Tasted really good. We'll see what happens at about 2:33 in the morning. I'm not a very quiet person that throws up. So, if I'm outside and there is ring messages that there's a wild animal getting murdered to death outside, could be me puking outside my house.
That would be funny. Well, I hope we get it on the ring. Let's talk about Steelers.
Trust me, sure, my wife will.
Yeah, she'll love it. When you think of the Bengals, Timmy, who are the Bengals? It's hard to get a beat on any of these AFC North opponents because some weeks they look like world beaters, and other weeks they get the stuffing kicked out of them by just these crummy little teams. In your estimation, I mean, who are the Bengals?
TJ, I'm willing to believe that there's not a good team in the whole entire league. I really am. I think they're all mediocre.
Yeah.
Like I thought Dallas at some point was going to be like they're good. They stink.
They do stink. They're bad.
And the AFC is even worse.
It is.
I hate to say it. And I'm kind of in my back mind, I'm like, maybe they're just peaking. Maybe they're peaking right now, and it's the worst time to peak. The Patriots look like they're going back to like the, what's the old guy in the Star Wars? It's like the Darth Vader's. That's where remember we had this conversation last year when you were dogging Belichick, and I said he ain't got nobody. Have his team set out because of COVID. He went out and got players. TJ, if they're like they are now, Belichick's give him the crown. Just put it on him.
We'll see. I know it could be interesting.
I hope they're peaking very early, but it just to me they look like the early Patriots teams that were like nobody was like, oh, this team's like, next thing you know, it's like they're in the Super Bowl and they're winning by field goal.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. So I don't know. The Bengals could be there. So I mean, we have a big game. We get basically the same record. What are they? 6-4. We're 3-5-1. What do you think the Steelers need to do from an offensive perspective to win this game? We know the Bengals have a good run defense. What do you think is Matt Canada's secret formula to beating these guys?
The game was close last game, and they had no outs. Neither one of their two outside guys were playing. For the Steelers, I can't remember if this was the game Juju got hurt. I don't know if it was or after this, or maybe I don't know. I can't remember. They just got to get pressure on Burrow. They get pressure on Burrow, they'll be all right. Their rookie receiver is not going to sneak up on them like they did week 2 or 3. It's just not going to happen. It gets me a little nervous. I don't know if Hayden's playing, but they got to get pressure on Burrow and they got to stop the run. Mixon gets me a little nervous this game.
Yeah, he does. So who do you think is the offensive player to watch for the Steelers this game?
88, Firemouth.
Yeah, I think he'll just continue to get better.
You got Paddle Hands is not there, was taking some of his catches.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to – Deontay Johnson's an absolute star, TJ. He's sick, man. I think they're going to be paying a lot of attention to him. So it's either going to be Claypool or it's going to be Firemouth to me.
But so in the last game, I think Deontay had, I think, 9 targets. He had about 100 yards, and Claypool had 5 targets for almost 100 yards as well. They're a good combination. I think
What happened to 13?
I heard this before. I think he struggles to get open. I think he just struggles to get open. I don't think. I think there are guys that are fast. There's guys that are quick, and I don't think he has the quickness to get open. I heard somebody say it one time, and then as I observed him, I thought, yeah. I mean, think of that long pass he had even against Detroit. It's underthrown. He comes back and he gets it. But who is he outrunning? I mean, he's not outrunning anybody. And if you're going to be a slot guy, even like Juju, you don't have to be like straight out fast, but you have to be a little shifty. And I don't think he possesses that. I just don't think he does.
I don't understand why they don't have Claypool more in the slot.
I don't know.
I think put it this way. I think with Ray going to the Rona list,
yeah,
I think you may see Claypool more in the slot because the dude that they got the practice that I think they brought up, the receiver. I saw some clips of him when he was with Washington. The dude can fly.
Yeah.
Do I trust him doing punt returns? Probably. I don't know, man. Like I'd rather have Deontay Johnson back there because I know he did it when he was like his rookie year.
Yeah.
But I just wonder where 13 is. I mean, to me, it's like I get it. He's got to do something. I mean,
I don't think he's going to be here next year.
I don't either. But for now, he's got to do something.
I was hoping he would step up and kind of take Juju's place, but he's not done that.
He's just not big enough. He's not. Juju's a big dude, man.
He is.
James Washington, I think he's only seems like he's 5'10".
Yeah,
not like huge.
No, he's that prototypical guy. So I'm with you. I think that Freiermuth would be great. I would love to see them. I think Najee is going to get at least 25 touches, in there. But again, they have a tough run defense. But who knows? Maybe we'll see something. I don't know. Maybe Canada will dial something up. So let's look at the defense.
Just shut up.
Let's look at the defensive side of the ball. We're getting at least some of our weapons back. Mika, getting TJ back,
Some of our weapons.
I know.
Some of our weapons, TJ.
Like a couple big ones.
We're getting Superman and we're getting, Batman back to the defense.
That's true.
It's pretty big guys.
Who's the players to watch on the defense?
You know what? I just want to say this before I like how many times I've dogged Mika. Like him not being in that Charger game made it so much just blatantly obvious that he just like, wow. Who is my guy for the game? I think Highsmith's going to have a big game because I think TJ Watt's going to be taking up a lot of real estate. So I'm thinking Highsmith's going to have a good game. He started coming on towards the end of that Charger game. Mm-hmm. Once they finally flip sides, the guy he was going against at the beginning of the game was like, I think he's a rookie, but he's insane. He's insanely good. Like he didn't give up. Like he didn't give up anything. So I think he's gonna have a good game. But I just don't know how healthy Watt's gonna be.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, dude's 2 sacks at least. But I think I think Highsmith may have a pretty good game for them.
Yeah. I think Highsmith's going to do well. I think he's going to be great. I'm going to make a prediction. I don't think Burrow finishes the game.
Every time you say this, the quarterback just torches him for like 9 million yards.
I don't think he finishes the game. I think my defensive player of the game is going to be Mika. I think Mika's going to have a pick.
I hope so. Because you know what, man? I was hearing some of them guys talk. And that whole thing Tyler Boyd said about them giving up. It was brought up to the guys. They're like, we don't think anything of it. They got the W and that's what they talk. You can't tell me those dudes, that defense is not going to be like, put it this way. If Devin Bush doesn't play a good game this game, based off of just those comments that the Cincinnati dude made, he's not, you might as well just pack him in a box, send him back to wherever he came from and just be like, we're done with you.
That's true. So give me a score prediction. What do you think do you think the score is going to be?
I think they're going to hammer Cincinnati. I really do. I got a feeling they're going to hammer Cincinnati, and this is going to get kind of everybody's going to be like, because I think the offense finally is woken up a little bit.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to be like, we forgot that they actually have a top 5 defense when everybody's healthy. And if you can put up 28 points with that defense as it is, just in general, you're going to win a lot of games. Because I think they're actually going to get better. That defense really hasn't been all together. And I think you're going to get Carlos Davis finally coming back. I think
that's big.
I wouldn't be stunned if he's activated on tomorrow.
That'll be
off of the because you got so many guys beat up with going on the COVID list and IR. I think they're going to bring him up, but I think they've been waiting until Saturday to bring him up.
Cool. So what's your score?
I think we're going to be somewhere in a 28. I'm going to say 17 Steelers.
Okay. I'm going to say 27-10. 27-10. Okay. Should be a good game. Let's hope we get the victory. Tim, do you have anything else you want to add to the podcast tonight?
Probably not. No, I don't. I mean, it is.
We had a festive holiday. I don't know about you. I got my leaves up, at least in the front. Got to get the back. Got our outside
I didn't see
decorations
TJ.
up.
I saw pictures of your kids raking your leaves. I don't want to hear you talking about you picked up leaves.
No, that's why I use the word we. We got our stuff up. It's a team effort, Tim.
I mean, to me, it's a very that leaves is a very touchy subject to me right now because I paid to have my leaves done. They were done well. My neighbors did not. So my one neighbor leaves to go to Florida. He's an older gentleman. So I had to help my other. I paid for my yard, and I did my older neighbor's yard for free.
See, Tim, that's what you're a good human.
Yeah, but here's the kicker to it. My other neighbor across the street didn't do his leaves, and 2 days after, my whole entire you could have ate pizza off my lawn. We had like 50-mile-an-hour winds, and all his leaves blew in my yard. My yard looks like a gathering place for all the leaves in Illinois right now.
Well,
so guess who's going to go out there because I refuse to pay money again for it to do it?
Timoteo.
Yeah. Timoteo is. I mean, when you're out there doing leaves, what is it? 55, 60?
It was a little chilly yesterday. It was like 57.
Oh yeah. I'm staring. I got 31 to 33 staring in my face. That's what
cold.
It's like. Yeah.
That's cold. All right.
I'm not happy.
Hopefully you get all your stuff taken care of. We got our tree up today. We're going to decorate it tomorrow.
My wife wants me to run the the pumpkins, the live pumpkins up to the up to she actually said this to me. She wants me to run the pumpkins up to
the zoo.
Not up to the zoo, up to the prairie patch. She's like, dump them on the prairie patch so the animals have some food to eat. I'm going, are you serious? like I want the neighbors to be like, this guy's dumping pumpkins where, the coyote not only did it eat the pumpkin, it ate my dog, Pee-wee. Yeah. I'm like, no, we're good to go. So I got to try to find a way to sneak my pumpkins in my trash can without my wife noticing. She'll probably pull them out and throw them in the middle of our yard and be like, animals, come eat pumpkins in the Harris household.
I think that's a great idea. I'll text her and let her know I think it's a phenomenal idea. Sure. Again, thank you guys for joining us in the YINZER Brothers podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim. We're the YINZER Bros. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, pass it to all your friends, your neighbors, your enemies, everybody. Once again, we are the YINZER Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Still number one out here, right?
Hey, we'll see you next week.